Well, happy Vlogtober day 23, guys. Judging right along here. New in the skincare lineup this AM are 2 new doubles, okay? OMG, OMG, I am in love. First impression wise, I started out this morning, instead of, I'm done with my Alba Botanica Acne Dote face wash, and I started the Zapsit 2% salicylic acid. Move over Neutrogena. This one blows me away, okay? It is fragrance-free, 2% salicylic acid, super gentle, non-stinging, doesn't have any fragrancy garbage to it. I mean, it is perfect. It feels like CeraVe SA face wash, but it's actually got a predictable serum. It's actually got a predictable salicylic acid concentrate reported on it, whereas CeraVe is a little vague as to what percentage is in their their CeraVe SA face wash. And you'll then ask me, what's the good percentage to look for? You know, in most over-the-counter acne washes, it's 2% or 1%. I mean, lower is fine. It just, you know, is a little more slow-moving, but less irritation, okay? So you may say, well, I used the CeraVe SA and it burned and stung. How did you use it, okay? It should be used not to wash your face, okay? The word face wash is confusing. Really, it should be gently, as I did this morning, put in areas that are dense in sebaceous glands, which are the oil-bearing surfaces of the face, the nose, the forehead, you know, the chin. If your cheeks are oily and you break out there, you know, your jaw, fine. But not around the eyes, not around the mouth, not around the little crevices of your nose. I mean, that is just a disaster waiting to happen. If you've never used salicylic acid before, you know, it's BHA, okay? It downregulates the expression of the little junctions between the skin cells so that some of them it helps to slough some of them away. And so in doing so, they slough away. You get a little bit more sloughing in the beginning, actually quite a bit if you're new to it. And your skin becomes dry, irritated, and red because it's going, what the heck is happening? So that's why you have to follow it up with a gentle moisturizer. If you're using Differin or tretinoin or any other retinoid cream, you cannot use them at the same time as the salicylic acid face wash or any salicylic acid or alpha hydroxy acid products, okay? Because it will inactivate the retinoid. Okay, those are the points on that face wash. Love it, love it, love it. Then I also introduced the one that you guys sent me. Yeah, so this is the Avène sunscreen that you guys sent me from Europe that has the European chemical filters in it, Tinosorb, and it's got another one, I'm blanking on the name, but Tinosorb is what's in the Biore UV Watery Essence. This one is great. Fragrance-free, no nonsense, perfect. Feels like a jewel going on. It is moisturizing. It is moisturizing in the way that CeraVe is moisturizing, so you'll see I didn't use CeraVe this morning. My CeraVe has a zinc oxide component in it, as well as a moisturizer. But yeah, fun little sunscreen updates there. And so yeah, that's what's going on. I'm listening to Major Pettigrew's Last Stand, and it is a gorgeous fall crisp morning here. I mean, it's not really crisp, but it's not sweltering. And I've got my navy blue Ministry of Supply shirt, totally rocking that. And yeah, that is what is going on. I'm about 2/3 of the way through my moon juice excuse me, I'm about 2/3 of the way through my Beauty Dust jar that I add to my Bustelo. I had that this morning, so I'm gonna need to replenish a doodle, but don't you worry. I'm addicted to that. They definitely changed the formulation. It definitely tastes a little bit stronger, and I love it. I think the new taste, the new blend or whatever, the new potency, I'm loving it. And many of you all are trying it out, and some of you like it, some of you don't. You know, it's not for everybody. It is expensive. I would never tell anybody to go out and buy it, because I don't, you know, you should spend your money on the things that bring you happiness, not the things that bring me happiness. Unless you're like, ew, I want that. So yeah, that's what's going on. Well, hey guys, what's up? It's the end of the day, and I just got home, and how gorgeous is it out today? I mean, it is just such beautiful weather here in Houston today. Really feels nice. It definitely doesn't feel like fall, but I thought I'd take advantage. Just got home, and I thought I'd take advantage of kind of the nice lighting, if you will, and weather to just come out here, take care of some phone calls for work-related things and some of the projects that I'm working on, and just chitty chat with you all. And somebody's conveniently realizing that I'm out here talking to myself, and they've decided to just start knocking very, very loudly so as to disrupt the flow of the vlog. But anyways, hopefully you can ignore them. But all right, sun care wise, I reapplied the Shiseido Senka about let's say, I don't know, maybe about half an hour before I left, and I just got home. That is the Japanese sunscreen that I absolutely love, that has chemical filters in it that aren't available here in the US. But I just wanted to bring your attention to this bad boy, my Kroger bargain bin. My Kroger bargain bin find, the Sunscreen Lotion SPF 30. This is also a great chemical sunscreen. You know, its limitation, this is a great one for the body, okay? I've put it on my face, though, a fair number of times, and found it was fine, okay? Probably the reason it's good on the face is because it's a lotion. It's a little bit watery, it's nice and moisturizing, and it goes on the body really well. The problem with our chemical sunscreens here in the US is that we rely primarily on avobenzone as our UVA filter. I'm talking exclusively non-mineral sunscreens here, just chemical sunscreens here in the US. We rely on avobenzone as our key UVA coverage. UVA is the wavelength that will not necessarily burn you, but does contribute to tanning, and does definitely destroy the collagen matrix and lead to wrinkles, fine lines, etc. And, you know, contributes to skin cancer. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is that damage from UVA is the kind of thing that you just don't feel or sense, okay? You're just going about life a little bit unaware of it. Honestly, I mean, when you get a sunburn, you know you got too much UVB exposure, okay? But UVA is a little bit more subtle, okay? That's what shows up over years with chronic sun damage, just related to photoaging, okay? So you need some UVA coverage in there. And the European and Japanese filters, they're a little bit better than avobenzone in the sense that they provide a level of protection of UVA that is a little bit more consistent, whereas ours, as soon as you put it on, it takes a little bit of time to get going, and then it just starts to wane, okay, which mandates reapplication. However, all sunscreens need to be reapplied, so there's that. But yeah, just a little bit about the chemical sunscreens and why it's so important to reapply them. And bear in mind that regardless of the sunscreen that you're using, whether it be one from Europe, whether it be one from Japan, whether it be mineral, whether it be chemical, you still have to reapply it every 2 hours while you're outdoors, and periodically throughout the day. Yeah, and like many of you asked me, do I still need to apply sunscreen every single day? You know, like especially on those days where I'm not even going outdoors, I'm inside, I'm not by a window, like, do I need to put on sunscreen? And the answer is always yes. And I just want to point out a study that was done in 2000. It was a small study, but what they showed in the study, they took a group of people had them apply sunscreen to a specific area on the body every single day. Then they took another group of people and they had them apply sunscreen to the exact same area, but on an like every other day basis, intermittently. Then they took both groups, and immediately after sunscreen application, they exposed both groups to ultraviolet light. And the group that had been applying sunscreen every day had less damage from the UV light exposure in the skin. They measured it, okay, compared to those people who up until that day had just been applying sunscreen kind of willy-nilly, you know, on an every other day basis. Okay, so what I'm saying is, and you know, you can argue the merits of that study. There are a lot of limitations. It was a small group, like, etc., etc. But really, the take-home point here is that sunscreen usage and sun protection, these are behaviors that the onus is on you, the individual, okay, to not only make sunscreen behaviors and sunscreen application a part of your everyday life and doing them consistently, but also other sun protective measures, okay? I mean, you always see me wearing the Coolie Bar hat, the long sleeves. I'm even wearing the Coolie Bar pants today, guys. It's cool. Ignore my flip-flops. I just put those on because I'm feeling jazzy, but I put a little sunscreen on the top of my feet, you know? I mean, it's a behavior. It's on you. It's on us. It's on you, the individual, to be proactive about your health. And by proactive, I mean doing these things consistently and not really making it a pattern and a behavior that you don't even think about it. I mean, say for example, like brushing your teeth, right? Thumbs up this video if you brush your teeth, right? Maybe, I don't know. I don't care. I'm not trying to get likes or anything like that, but if everyone watching this video who brushes their teeth thumbs up the video, if you brush your teeth every day, thumbs up the video, okay? And that should just tell you that, you know, there are probably days where, you know, I don't know, maybe you brushed your teeth after you ate and then you didn't eat for the rest of the day for whatever reason, and, you know, I don't know, you go to bed thinking, I don't need to brush my teeth today. No, I mean, you don't think about it. You just keep doing the behavior. And that's really what you need to do with sun protection. It's not enough to just slap on sunscreen, you know, on the days that you're going out. It's not quite the same, you know. The behavior is on you, you know. The behavior's on you. You know, it's like seatbelt wearing, okay? If I'm only going to be driving in reckless conditions, you know, if I'm not going to be driving in reckless conditions, do I need to wear a seatbelt? Yes. Well, I'm sitting, you know, at a stop sign. Can I take my seatbelt off? No. I mean, there's still the potential there. And, you know, the thought process of like, well, technically my risk is minimal at this point, so I'm going to remove the behavior. You don't really do that. So that's what I'm telling you guys. There's no need to remove the behavior of sun protection, and potentially keeping it in place can benefit you. Okay, so don't neglect. And it really doesn't matter if you're using this $2 clearance bin bargain, if you're using, like, you know, medical grade, expensive skincare, sunscreen, whatever, Obagi, Unani, I don't know, all these like expensive sunscreens that at the end of the day, the onus is on you to put them on and to do the behavior. But right now I'm totally like on the pumpkin bandwagon, you know, because it's available, it's in season and that sort of thing. And this morning, my oatmeal that I showed you guys, I made a pumpkin pie oatmeal that's so good. I've really been enjoying it. And then for lunch today, I had those pumpkin white bean cookie balls with the oats in them. Oh, guys, those are so good. I mean, they're not sweet. I call them cookies because it kind of feels like a sweet treat. But at the same time, they're really satisfying and they're great on the go. Like, I didn't have time today to sit down and like eat, unfortunately. So I ate, you know, about 3 or 4 of them just like throughout the day on the go, and they're really convenient. So I totally recommend making them. And, you know, you can add your own thing and judge it up, but they're so easy and it's fun to have that kind of stuff on hand. It's really convenient. So. Well, hey guys, so I just came inside and I kind of wanted to share with you guys, you know, I haven't really done a Kroger or Costco grocery haul in a while. With Vlogtober, I've just sort of been, you know, it just hasn't fit into the vlogs, I think because perhaps some of the days that I buzz into either store are days in which I do a sit-down skincare video for you guys. So I haven't really been showing you guys some of my like grocery store everyday kind of pick up things. But so I just wanted to share with you all some like things that I've really been loving food-wise, I guess, lately. So first up, these are jeweled yams. I've been eating these and really loving them. This is actually what I used in my crock pot sweet potato cake bites that I made, and you guys have been making, and some of you have been really liking them, and some of you have been like, oh, I don't know that mine cooked enough or whatever. But the long story of it is I tried making those with another type of sweet potato and they didn't come out as good. So I've really been enjoying these. Are the jeweled yams, and I'm sure there's some subtle difference between a yam and a sweet potato, but I really like these, and I get them at Kroger. And then I cannot deal with, I love beets, love them, love them, love them. I just cannot deal with peeling beets and chopping beets and the mess of it all. I cannot commit to that. It's my own personal laziness, if you will. And so I've been getting these at Costco, and I totally love these guys with a little bit of nutritional yeast dusted on them in like either salad or whatever. I mean, I don't even slice these or do anything fancy. To be honest with you, like I'm trying to pretend like I do something fancy with them. Really what I do is I put one in a bowl like on top of my salad, and I pick it up with a fork and I eat it caveman style, as though I were eating one of those turkey legs at like a Renaissance festival. That's how I've been enjoying these, just completely rogue. I don't even chop them, I don't slice them, I don't, you know, marinate them in anything fancy. You certainly could, and there's this jazzy recipe on here for beet salad that sounds delicious. So fun fact, one of the things about when I lived in New York, you guys know, obviously I'm like a Costco fanatic, and I used to shop at Costco in I guess it's technically called Spanish Harlem. It's on 117th and First, I guess. There's like a big shopping center with a Target. I mean, if you live in the city, you can guesstimate about where I'm talking about. And that particular Costco had a really strong kosher foods, kind of packaged kosher food selection over in like the refrigerator section. And, you know, disclaimer, I'm not Jewish or kosher. They would get in this pickled, it was like beet horseradish stuff that was so good, and I can't get that here. It was by that brand, I think it was by that brand Manischewitz. I'm not sure, but basically what it was like these beets shredded up and with horseradish. And I believe the way it was intended to be used and the way it was intended to be consumed is kind of like a relish on top of maybe a meat or something like that. I'm not sure. Your girl would just eat that off of a spoon like an animal. I mean, I could really go through an entire tub of it. It's like, I love beets, and the way that they were prepared in that particular packaged food was stellar. It was just beets and horseradish, I think. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, please comment below. Advise. How is that supposed to be eaten? Clearly not, you know, over the sink with a spoon like I did. Hashtag single girl life. But anyways, speaking of Costco, okay, I mentioned that I consume, okay, not speaking of Costco, I mentioned the nutritional yeast here. This is the nutritional yeast that I'm currently using, and fine. I mean, I've never had a nutritional yeast that I can distinguish from another brand or anything. This is the Now one. I got this on iHerb, I believe, or VitaCost, can't remember now, but I consume this because you all know I consume basically a plant-based diet, predominantly, basically a vegan diet, okay? No, I'm not vegan in the card-carrying sense. I don't like explicitly avoid all animal-derived things, and if I consume honey, it doesn't bother me. You consume a plant-based diet, one of the things that you can become at risk for is vitamin B deficiency. So I like nutritional yeast mainly because of the flavor profile, but you know, it appears to be a source of B12. The COSTCO brand organic unsweetened almond non-dairy beverage vanilla, whatever. I call this formula for adults. But one of the things I discovered about this one that is unique to any boxed, packaged non-dairy milk that I have found is that they have added vitamin B12 to this, okay? I don't know, this seems like, I don't know, kind of an easier way to get B12, if you will. Just a thought, but yeah, they add that. They also add vitamin D and vitamin E. So yeah, anyways, moving right along. In my recipe video last week, I showed you guys that I was using the pumpkin from Kroger, and then I recently picked this up and am eating it now, and this is what I've been using. This is what I put in my oatmeal this morning and what I put in the last batch of the pumpkin oatmeal white bean balls that I made. It's the organic Green Valley canned pumpkin. I got this at Costco, USDA organic, non-BPA lining. How cute is the packaging? I've also just been using this apple pie spice. Don't tell anybody, but to me, I can't really tell the difference between apple pie spice and pumpkin spice. I just kind of find they all sort of spice at about the same. So I've been using that. And then speaking of seasonings, it's that time of year where Costco got in the whole gourmet cinnamon sticks. I love these. They're super expensive, but getting them at Costco is seriously the best deal. And I can't remember how much these are. Maybe like, it's just such a good deal. I think it's like $5 for all of this. I'm not entirely sure. Is this the best quality cinnamon stick out there? Probably not, but hey, it hails from Fort Collins, Colorado, which I happen to be a huge fan of Fort Collins. Such a fun town if you ever get to visit. Home of Colorado State University, or the CSU Rams. And then tea-wise, I mentioned that I really enjoy this decaf mountain chai. This stuff is awesome. I got this basically for free by virtue of Ibotta. And then I'm still loving the Celestial Seasoning Cinnamon Apple Spice Tea. Love these two. And then this I discovered yesterday. My mom and I tried it out and I showed it in the vlog. The Tazo Glazed Lemon Loaf. OMG, guys, get your hands on this right now. It tastes like lemon pound cake. It really tastes like lemon pound cake. But somebody... Well, hey guys, I just got done with the gym and I'm all out of the shower. And I wanted to kind of wrap up because this morning I was talking about how I finished my Alba Botanica Acne Dough Deep Pore Wash. I did enjoy using this as a consumer, but I wouldn't recommend it to people because of the fact that while it is a good 2% salicylic acid containing product, it contains a lot of other things that don't belong there and really have the potential and high likelihood to be problematic. It has a lot of essential oils in it and a lot of fragrance in it, as well as mint extract, or excuse me, peppermint oil. So those are ingredients which you know, are very problematic in skincare products because the prevalence, the rate at which people develop allergies and irritation from these ingredients is actually quite high. I mean, it's like the #1 offense in skincare right now is all the fragrance that they're adding to everything. I will be, of course, talking more about BHAs along the way and why I love them so much. But anyways, guys, I'm going to conclude the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.